glorious weekend just gone. Sun was shining, beautiful conditions for hockey, which leads us to Monday, back at work, but the sun's still shining.
It is, thank God.
Another episode of the Hockey Hour with me, Jace Gabriel, and of course alongside me, former Hockeyroo Jane Claxton. Beautiful weather for hockey, wasn't it? Bit hot.
It was a bit hot, yeah, and 27 tomorrow, so it's crazy weather in Perth, but lovely that it's not raining.
Last Mother's Day as a non-mother. How was it?
Well, fur mother, as we've discussed.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Fur mother
my
still
apologies,
qualifies for all those fur mother out
apologies.
there. Yes, I know. Yeah, it's daunting to think this time next year I'll have a near 1-year-old
Yes.
in my hands. So
Exciting.
Yes, wish me luck.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I've seen the way you operate.
This poor child.
Well, we've got another great episode, but we're going to start with an apology. This was my fault last week for not hitting the record button on the video.
Yeah.
We can confirm we are back in the studio. You can hopefully see. We've got a fancy new opener, which I'm hoping at the time of recording is going to be put through to the video side of the episode. But my fault. After 3 weeks, I hit the record button for the audio, but not for the video.
We were out of practice.
Yes.
So, we're back on deck now and we've, worked on our weaknesses.
Yes, let's go with that. Hockey WA news, of course. We'll get into the mailbag. We'll check out what's happened in the TeamStar Premier League over the last weekend. We'll find out. We'll have another random league review of our community level hockey and see what's been going on. And we're going to chat to Hockeyroo Tatum Stewart, who her and the Hockeyroos, her teammates, did a very cool Mother's Day walk yesterday to support breast cancer, I believe. So we're going to chat to her, but we might sneak in a few questions about how they're preparing for the upcoming Pro
Catch her
League.
off guard.
Yeah, why not? Why not? But let's start with the Hockey WA news, and this one, a national news. If you haven't seen, the Hockey One fixtures have been released, and a bit of a twist in it, of course. There are a full number of teams, so no one has a bye nowadays for this season.
That'll be sad. Those buys are really fought after and looked forward to.
Yes, but there also could be continuity, I suppose, let's say. The Thundersticks fixture also looking a little different, not quite home and away. They're going to go 3 games away against Tassie Hockey Club Melbourne in Melbourne, which will be a grand final rematch for the women, and then New South Wales Pride away. But then they come back for 3 games at home. So the Melbourne Cobras at home, of course, the newest team in the Hockey One. Brisbane Blaze at home, which is the first time since the inaugural season where we've had 2 games in a row. And then lastly at home is the Adelaide Fire, which will be Pride round. And then the Thundersticks have to go off to Canberra for the last round of the season, and hopefully it's not requiring them to win any games to get into finals, so hopefully they're already locked in.
Yeah, that's a tough travel to Canberra because it's connecting flight.
Yes, it is.
It's tough going out of WA anywhere.
Yes, it is. Which brings me to my point. I'm not enthused that the Thundersticks have the 4 away games as the team that's probably furthest from the competition, and we always know finances behind Hockey One. And for the ease, I thought it could be good for them to just play at home and have 4 home games.
And especially if you're going to yo-yo between 4 to 3 home games each year, I assume that's what they're going to do. It would have been the more appropriate option to give the furthest away team the maximum amount of home games to start with, and maybe the newest team the less amount.
Fair, because I mean they effectively don't have to travel at all for 1 game because they play Melbourne Hockey Club Melbourne.
Yeah, so it's forfeited. It's
they
home.
Essentially get a home game anyway. So not enthused about that. I didn't like that at all. I do like the structure for the Thundersticks in away games and home games.
Yeah, I think that provides a lot more clarity for fans in terms of this block of a month period almost we can see a game in Perth.
Haven't looked at all the fixtures as a whole, so I don't think that works. That's the same style for everyone.
It's not. Yeah, I looked. It's okay.
Goodness. There's one of us doing
Too
the homework.
competitive.
I've never done homework, and I'm not starting now. So that's going to make it fascinating in itself. But yes, that's going to be the home game. So put it in your diary now. The 1st, 7th, and 14th of November are the Thundersticks home games for this Hockey One season. The Melbourne Cobras, Brisbane Blaze, and the Adelaide Fire. We will start in the coming weeks to look at the initial Thundersticks squads. They will be, I know the coaches and the selectors are out looking at games and watching games in the TeamStar Premier League. So I'm going to say in the next month there will be some squads out. So keep an eye out for those, and we'll obviously have them as well. Speaking of Hockeyroos, obviously Tatum on the show later on, but they're preparing for the next Pro League with some practice matches, Jane.
Yeah, we'll chat more to Tatum about this. But yeah, they're playing USA and India. It's been widely advertised, I think, through all the Hockeyroos social media channels. And that will be occurring at the end of May, start of June. All happening at Turf 1 at PHS, so no excuses for anyone. Hockeyroos versus India kick off on the 26th of May and then run through 27th, 29th and 30th. Pushback is the first two games are 7:40 p.m. So lovely, straight after work. Go have a hydration drink and
I think they might
watch.
They might be Eastern Standard Times.
They might be. Why would we do that?
Yes, I can't imagine. Probably, I'm sure they're playing. Let's just double check as we go through. But go through with the
and then
Hockeyroos.
that it does seem Friday and Saturday seem to be 1:40 p.m. pushback. So that's against India and then the USA, which I think not many people would probably have seen the USA play in Perth. So that would be, I'm sure, spark a lot of interest. And that runs from the 1st, 2nd, 4th and 5th of June. And their pushback times during the week are 2:45, 10:45 a.m. So might conflict with people's workday just a tiny bit.
Take the day off.
Yep, may as well. What better excuse? Or just have an extended lunch break.
I lie. They are 7:40.
Yeah, I did think it was.
I lie. That's my
some were
apologies.
a bit inconvenient for the modern day worker.
Right, my apologies.
But yeah, obviously super important games for the Hockeyroos. These are warm up and gear ups, I should say, to the Pro League trip to Europe, which is then a prequel to World Cup. So the girls that probably have had a bit of a gap in playing, obviously not participating in club, this will be super important. And so matches will be all live and free on Live Hockey if you're not a local and you're just a mum or dad or an avid fan, as my parents are. So, get down to PHS if you are in Perth on those dates. If you want further details, head over to the Hockeyroos Instagram or web page and head into the news category and you'll find out all you need to know.
Lovely, lovely. This weekend, back home in the TeamStar Premier League, it is heading back to the Goldfields for another season for the Goldfields Festival of Hockey. The teams participating are North Coast Raiders and Whitfords. They're going to have some clinics and workshops on the agenda for a 3-day visit, and it's proudly supported by SITS, which is the Department of Creative Industries, Tourism and Sport, City of Kalgoorlie-Boulder and Cure Rentals. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But back to the Eastern Goldfields Hockey Association, and they will be the broadcast games, the men's and women's, and you're on the broadcast, I believe. So,
am I?
I don't know.
I haven't read. I was about to say, I really hope I get selected as commentator. People have thought I've quit my commentary career, but I was like, no, I just haven't had time. So I need to give the people what they want.
Well, yes, they're probably calling for you. They need some savage feedback
Yeah.
about what's going on the field. So I thought
Some blind person trying to understand what the umpire's called.
I thought it was you. I thought your name was down, but maybe not.
I will double check my emails. I've been bad with life admin. Anyway, the last news piece is the 2026 Boroughs and Gillaroo squads have been announced, and there's some exciting names on the list from WA, which is always great to see. I think we have such a great under-21s contingent obviously the men taking out the title, the women coming fourth. But from a girls' side of things in the Hockeyroos, we've got Bella Connolly and Abby Davies, who are Reds girls. So I'm super excited for them. Summer Greenway and Georgia Hiskins, obviously both very talented in their own right as well. One being Vic Park, one being obviously a great goalkeeper. And then WA for the Boroughs, we've got Pat Andrews, Zed Kernan and Jonah Pilati. And then in a caveat, obviously Ian Grobler is eligible for selection, but currently in the Kookaburras, so I assume he'll probably take priority in the World Cup if selected for that. If not, we'll participate in any Boroughs commitments. But yeah, exciting times ahead. That's some decent representation from WA.
Yeah, good to see some new names in there as well. So obviously Bella, we've heard about through the TeamStar Premier League, scoring lots of goals, which is fantastic. Great to see that transitioned over to 21s. And Abby Davies, for those that don't know and are thinking if that's a familiar surname, it is. It's Stephen China Davies' daughter. So great to see her selected. And Summer Greenway, obviously, I think Summer's at Wasps at the moment. She returns to Hockeyroos, and same with Georgia Hiskins. Yep. And I think Jonah Pilati is probably the new name there.
I would guess, yeah.
I think Jonah is. Jonah's at Vic Park. Probably fun story for my connection with Jonah is that I coached him at Minky, and he was by far better than the other kids at 5 years old. And then he proceeded to debut in the first grade team at, I think, 16 or something like that, and whilst I was still playing. So full circle moment.
Are you saying that you're the reason?
Oh, look. Take of that what you like, Jane.
I'm connecting the dots.
No, fantastic to see all those great names. Mailbag time, Jane, and two very good questions this week from some of our return mailbaggers around the hockey one, based on obviously the fixtures coming out. It's obviously bought some things that we might have touched base on previously, but that's okay. Thoughts from Ryan, Rywright_88. Thoughts on Melbourne Cobras getting a licence for Hockey One over an NT team, choosing Melbourne over a truly national competition. We have touched base with this, I think, when it was announced that the Cobras would come into the competition. I'm not about it. I'm fully off it. I understand the finances that have probably played a massive part in this. That's great. If it wasn't going to be NT, I would have liked to have seen it either southwest of WA or north of Brisbane in Queensland. I think they're two really hot hockey zones across the country and probably opposite ends of the spectrum. I think that would have been great to grow the game. If you weren't going to do it in NT, I think it would have been great to grow the game in those two areas.
Yeah, and I think we even floated the idea, like, can we go abroad and get Malaysia having a team, or even New Zealand having a team, like two close relations to us that we already have hockey contacts with. But yeah, at the moment you see the NT team, both men's and women, up in Malaysia training and playing.
Correct.
And so they clearly have quite an established team to put together. And yeah, it's, I guess, disappointing that it's been stunted a little bit. And yeah, they have notoriously for the last, I guess, probably 8 years really struggled to get that pathway going for their juniors because they don't have that senior team, and a lot of them then get distributed amongst the states for Hockey One.
Yep.
But that's even harder to sell your players to another state when they probably have their own, I guess, players to choose from. So yeah, I'm not too aligned with it.
No, I think we're both in agreement there, but great question, Ryan. I feel that with your question, you probably feel the same way, but thank you for writing in. And then our good friend Rowan as well, Rowan.Ramesh21, he has asked, should winning the One Hockey Cup give you the rights to host the next year's finals? So there is a bit of a breakdown here. The One Hockey Cup winner in 2023 was when it was the inaugural announcement of it. The finals destination was Canberra, so that's probably fine because it was the first season. But then in 2024, the One Hockey Cup winner, the finals were in Hobart and not Brisbane. Then Perth won the One Hockey Cup. One Hockey Cup. Yeah, I'm saying that right. It's. I don't like the name. There's. I'm sure we can get a better name than One
Hockey Cup
for the hockey one. Like it just, like, come on, guys. Like seriously, we could have named it after some of the legends of our sport.
Yeah.
We could just
Exactly.
anyway. And then 2025, the finals destination was Melbourne, so not Perth, and New South Wales have now won the One Hockey Cup. So. What are your thoughts? Should it go to? Should that be the
clarity
reward?
for those that aren't across it? The One Hockey Cup isn't the person that wins the final. It's like your combined score across your men's and women's team across the entire competition. You accumulate points as you go in terms of how many games won. So that's what this is. It's not who won the final.
Yes.
Who came first?
Yes.
That's for clarity, and that's why it's even I think more valid because you've then got these teams winning, and it's not the same team each time as well, across both men's and women's, and it's combined, I guess, franchise
Yes.
model. And so, yeah, I agree. You should earn the right to then have the finals the following year.
Completely agree.
Except I do think there's a financial component to this because I think local governments have been put in to host the finals. And so I think there is that financial component and they've kind of been placed in areas where the local government has forked out a little bit of money
Which
to
doesn't
host it.
Doesn't bode well for Perth because the local government has put in money to build us a lovely facility. So
We will have a great facility.
we will have a sensational
True,
facility, but we are unlikely to see a One Hockey Cup if, a final series if that is potentially the premise. But let's say it's not. I would love to see it if we had it down south, like Bunbury Busselton. Imagine that. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
I think that
It'd
would
take you back to the days of junior carnivals, and I'm sure there'll be a Mr. Whippy van and a slushy van and a donut van. I'll come watch.
Yes,
just
yes.
for those aspects.
Rockingham is a beautiful facility. Like it's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a great grand. I think if I agree to answer Rowan's question, yes, the One Hockey Cup winner we believe should get the chance to host, but as is the nature of our sport, money talks. So the finances or whoever is willing to share their finances with hockey is likely going to get the finals destination. So going to be fascinating because I think we've had it in New South Wales previously, and we've been in it was a Bendigo in 2020. Was it Bendigo 2022? Have we been to New South Wales for?
Yes, it was in Bendigo. There
Yes.
was one in Bendigo. Yes,
Bendigo. That's Victoria.
That's Victoria, but
Yes,
I
we know our geography.
don't. Yeah, no.
I feel like it's been in New South Wales. Maybe I'm
think
overthinking it.
so.
Okay. Well, I'll guarantee that's probably where it's going to go. But
Yeah.
Anyway, but good question. And for anyone out there listening, if you can think of a better name for the One Hockey Cup, please let us know because we'll happily share that with the Hockey One board. We've got a connection now with the legendary Sandra Sully. I would like a better name for this cup.
Yeah, for sure.
There is an Australian great that has been across both men's and women's competitions or even at a national level. Like Rick Charlesworth, of course, is probably the one that comes to mind. Brian Glencross has been across both.
Yep.
There have been plenty. So I would love to see a better name than the One Hockey Cup. I think we can do
And
better.
it's annoying for Jace to say.
Yes, because I've said it about 5 times, and I don't think I've got it right any of the times because I keep thinking to myself, that doesn't look right. But anyway, I digress. That's all our questions this week. Of course, if you have any questions, and I know there's a person who wants to ask questions but is worried about providing their name and gave me a nickname that he or she could be the alias of.
Yeah.
Very close to you. But I said send it.
wonder who it is.
I said send it directly through to me.
Yeah.
But you can send it to us, Jane or I, on Instagram, or if you want to text us if you know us very well. We're more than happy to answer questions. Otherwise, you can check out the Hockey WA Instagram. They are always posting before we record about questions for anyone in the community. But hopefully we can see a few more in the coming weeks. Let's have a look at the TeamStar Premier League results from the weekend, Jane. Well, we're going to go back to last Wednesday, which I know you're not going to be too enthused about.
That. I can't wait.
A rescheduled game from round 3 because there were too many Reds girls away at the 21s. And Fremantle Coburn have defeated Reds 4-3. Summer Tancred, Jenna Ray McIntyre with a double, and Yunyang Kim on the scoreboard for Freo. Bella Connolly, hat-trick.
Yep, she played very well coming off 21s and obviously played well at 21s for her recent Hockeyroos selection. So,
we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Well done.
Great by Freo.
Well done by Freo. Let's go, to the first. We're going to continue with
let's continue
we'll continue on the Reds theme. A 58th minute leveller from Bella Connolly saw Reds draw 5-5 in Karis Madolo's 50th game. Abby Davies also there with a hat-trick, so well and truly cementing why they were named in the Hockeyroos squad. But there was a young lady who happens to captain New Zealand.
Oh, we didn't know she was out there. She was unnoticeable, to be honest.
She hit 4 goals.
Didn't know.
Olivia Shannon. We are certainly going to have to try and get her on this show, and maybe we do it next week after the Goldfields Festival of Hockey. Maddie Brooks also on the scoreboard as well. They looked almost home and hosed, and Bella Connolly slotting one in the 58th minute to get the draw in the end and share the points, thankfully.
Yeah, we were both teams passionate about scoring, not so passionate about defending goals. But, obviously Whitfords are on a bit of a roll lately. So we came out just alive.
All other results mostly going the ways we expected. Prada Heron hit 4 goals for UWA in their 8-1 victory over Fremantle Coburn. Carly Williamson celebrated game 100 as the Suburban Lions defeated Wolves 4-1. Sienna Berry game 100 for North Coast Raiders. Unfortunately, though, defeated 3-2 to Melville. The game that I thought was probably the one we weren't expecting was a 1-1 draw between YMCC and Wasps, and it took to the 54th minute for Sienna Tonkin to level the scores. So almost for Wasps, we highlighted them as probably being a team that would struggle a bit this year.
Yep.
But that's really encouraging for their group.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have worked their way into the season, and the longer, I guess, they have to play together and formulate and build connections and all of that, the more difficult I think those later games will be. Whereas you've got your standard Wolves and Suburban Lions that have started well and will maintain. I think those bottom teams will start bridging the gap a little bit more.
Absolutely. The only other game of the round was a 4-1 victory for Hale over Vic Park. A pretty tight contest, it would have looked. That was Vic Park's first loss of the season. So they drop off being level with Subs on top of the ladder. So Subs clearly on top with no losses. And then Vic Park, Hale, Wolves, Uni and Whitfords in 6th currently. Round out the final spots. Maria Guastavino, Prada Heron and Maddie Radcliffe all on 10 goals, but Bella Connolly is catching them. She's now on 9 after a very, very good week at the office. Games for this coming weekend, the ones to look out for, definitely the top of the table clash between Vic Park and Suburban Lions. They met each other already this season and it was a draw. So that's going to be a cracking game at Perth Hockey Stadium between those two. The only other one I'm probably interested in is probably... Actually, no, I think that's probably the only one. I think most of the others should see the higher ranked team get the chocolates there. We'll look at the men's side of the competition and, a 4th consecutive hat-trick for Cooper Burns gave YMCC a 5-3 victory over Wasps. That's just ridiculous.
It's Does it get boring? The goal scorers out there, dial in, send a question to our mailbag. Does it get boring? Like Cooper, maybe write into us, or Liam.
Yes, please.
Write into us and go, does it get boring scoring goals?
Of course, we mentioned last week, Daryl McCormick's 500th game, unfortunately, was not all they could celebrate. They didn't get the victory over UWA, going down 5-3. All the other games going to plan, although it was a very, very tough ask for Westside Wolves, who were on the verge of drawing with Mods Old Guildford, but 2 goals in the 60th minute
happen?
Saw them win 4-2. But how encouraging is that for Mods Old Guildford to effectively keep the undefeated Westside Wolves at bay up until the last minute?
Yeah, it would have been interesting to kind of get a breakdown of what the game was like. Was it, they were defending the whole time and maybe the dam wall broke, or very even-sided? But 2 goals in the 60th minute, that would be heartbreaking.
That would definitely be heartbreaking, but nonetheless, it keeps YM and Wolves both undefeated on top of the ladder. Hale, Uni, Fremantle, Cockburn and Vic Park round out the top 6. Cooper Burns now well and truly leading the leading goal scorer with 20 goals, but let's remember he does, or will very likely go away for a period for Pro League and the World Cup. So it is open after that. Liam Flynn, Joel Rintala, Cam Geddes and Kai Billett all chasing him down. Games to look forward to this weekend. Well, I want to say Reds Uni will be a really good game of hockey. There's some serious talent in both teams. Melville probably waiting for a bit of the cavalry to come back. Bocky Anderson and Jake Staines still to come back into their team.
I think they come back in June, so a few more weeks yet.
So probably YMCC there. Hale and Fremantle Cockburn I think is going to be a good game of hockey too. So they're probably the 2 to highlight over this weekend in the TeamStar Premier League. As we've done in before we get on to looking at our community competition, we are going to celebrate game 1,000.
Yep.
1,000 for the Reds, the old Aquinians, or Aquinas Hockey Club. Reds, obviously, as affectionately known. Peter Whippet Willett on Saturday 9th of May, just gone, ran out for the over 60s men against John 23rd and celebrated game 1,000, Jane.
Yeah, he debuted, he's been a part of the Reds Hockey Club since 1964. We were all busy filming congratulatory messages, and some of the girls in our team that are born in the 2000s were shocked that people were still alive. But yeah, obviously been a Reds Life member since 1985. So hugely involved at Aquinas Hockey Club, and yeah, this is a huge feat for him personally, and to play in the over 60s when I believe his age is in the 80s. So, yeah, incredible effort, and 1,000 games for a hockey club is so impressive.
That's cool.
And across so many different age groups and grades over the years. Yeah, it's a huge highlight, and they had a big celebration for him over the weekend when after his game. Fantastic.
We love to hear that. If you've got anyone at your club with stories like that, please write in, let us know. Put it on your social media. The Hockey WA team are always checking the club's social medias to provide us with information if we obviously miss it. But congratulations, Whippet. 1,000 games is an incredible feat, and we're very happy that we could have highlighted it on the show. We talked about this so many times, but hockey's just one of those sports that you can just keep playing, and it's one of the beauties of it, that you don't have to stop because of the physicality or potentially the injuries that might come across from being tackled, for example, physically tackled. So
Yeah.
All
you have
exciting.
to go do is watch Wednesday Masters.
Wednesday Masters, yeah.
9 till midday, every week of the year except 2 weeks, and you'll see, how great the sport can be for anyone of any age. And then you go down to the hips and knees, the stroke v cancer games, and it's in a sport that is very inclusive. And you can get 2 hips done like my dad and still be out there running around, even if your family don't want you to be.
Not for the over 80s though.
No,
I didn't tell you I was Claxtonised on my way out of the hockey stadium yesterday. Of course, your sister-in-law Taylor playing there against Vic Park, and Bob let me know. Yes, he's chosen.
I feel bad. So this is the first time there's an over 80s team in the World Cup, and he's sadly had to decline his attendance because there is the inconvenient birth of our first grandchild in the family. So it is outlier for the Claxtons to prioritise anything but hockey. Thoughts and prayers go out to my father.
We'll get him on soon, I'm sure. But we're going to get on to our great friends at TeamStar's fixtures and results page, and we're going to find a league to look at this week, and we're going to select the Div 6 women's competition. They play, of course, are playing every week like everyone else, but the turf competition. Saturday, 9th of May, there were 3 games and then 2 on the Sunday. Lakers first division team went down to Melville's Fives at Arena Joondalup 1-0. Wasps Fours defeated Southern River 4-0. That's Southern River's twos team. Widford's Fours defeated UWA's Sixes 4-0 at the UWA Super Turf. A big win for the Hale Women's Fours on Sunday at Hale, 6-1 over the Lions Fours Ladies. And to round it out at UWA, it was a 4-0 victory to Calamunda's first grade team over Soaks Women's Threes team. As we have a quick look at their ladder. Sorry, before we do, lot of goals.
A lot of goals, but also I'm so jealous of their playing times. They get prime time on a Saturday of 3:30.
Yeah, it's so good.
I want to play Div 6.
Well, it's going to be a slow. We're going to have to work your way back into playing hockey.
I may have to drop all that way to get a primetime game instead of 8:30 on a Friday night.
Well, go and have a look at the ladder. Hale's Women's Fours are currently undefeated on top, and just there. I mean, we saw the victory was quite comprehensive, but they've only conceded 2 goals for the season. With a plus 18 goal difference. Wasps are second with only their loss probably coming to Hale. They've only conceded 2 goals for the season. And then Soaks, Kalamunda, Widfords, UWA, Melville, Lions, Southern River and Lakers all round out the ladder. There is also some points deductions. Never like to see points deductions. An ineligible player. 3 points deducted.
Naughty.
Oh, that one sucks.
Southern River.
Yes, that one sucks. But you wear it, you roll on.
Sometimes you just make those mistakes. I would make those mistakes each week if I didn't have a star manager that knows the rules.
It's important to know them. But the Div 6 women, shout out to you. Good luck for this weekend coming. And we hope the league goes well. Hopefully someone can catch Hale.
Yeah.
Score some goals against them.
Yeah, put up a fight.
We'd love to see it. But if you want us to, we'll just have a quick look at their round coming up. Lions take on Wasps, all on Saturday except one game. Lions take on Wasps. Lakers take on Hale. Widfords take on Kalamunda. Southern River and UWA. And Melville taking on Soaks on the Sunday. Again, fantastic times of hockey.
It is.
12:30, 1 o'clock,
Some great
1 o'clock.
weather. Some great weather at those times of day. And I'm jealous, and maybe you'll see me in Div 6 next year.
Good luck to the Div 6 ladies. And, of course, if you want us to highlight your league or you have any other highlights from your games over the weekend, anything you'd like us to chat about, if you've got some video, feel free to share it. Touch base with Jane or I or Hockey WA. We'd love to see what's going on in your local competition.
So, Jace, as you mentioned at the start of the show, we have one of our shining lights in the Hockeyroos in Tatum Stewart with us today, giving up her valuable time. Tatum Stewart debuted in 2023, Hockeyroo number 517, number 22 in case anyone wants to start a new fan club. 52 caps currently and 10 goals under her name. So welcome to the podcast, Tatum.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Great to chat with you guys.
Awesome. So every week we do an icebreaker. Last year it was coffee order, but this year we've said dead or alive, who would be your three people you'd like to have dinner with?
Oh, there's just too many choices. You put me on the spot. Okay, I feel like I would have to go with maybe Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he would be an interesting bloke to talk to. Who else? Maybe Shakespeare.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's a pretty influential guy. I feel like I'd like to speak with him. And probably Flume. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely there's a musician
Yes.
in there somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, probably Flume.
Yeah. As Tatum's side hobby is DJing. She DJ'd at my wedding. So one of her, on her resume, it's at the top of her list.
Bookings available.
Yeah. So one of the main reasons we wanted to get you on board today is if anyone was under a rock over the weekend, it was Mother's Day. And the Hockeyroos actually participated in the Mother's Day Classic, which is a walk around Perth. I think it's 5 kilometres or you can do various distances. Yep. And we wanted to kind of chat to you about why the Hockeyroos got involved in the cause and kind of, anything, I guess, your personal connection with the cause.
Yeah. So initially, the Hockeyroos got involved through Amy Lawton. She was the first one to sort of pioneer our involvement with the Mother's Day Classic event, which is a nationwide event. And then last year, she sort of passed the baton to me while she was playing hockey overseas. So I sort of took on board that responsibility. I have quite a personal connection to the cause itself. So the Mother's Day Classic raises funds for breast and ovarian cancer research. And for those of you that don't know, my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. So I was 13 years old at the time. She is now 11 years cancer-free, which is awesome. Yay, mum. But yeah, that rocked our family quite a lot. And she's the first person in my family lineage to have gone through that experience. So it was completely out of the blue for us. Not something we were expecting, especially not her age at the time either. She was only in her early 40s. So, yeah, that was sort of where it all started. And then this year we tried to go bigger and better and we were able to achieve that. And I feel like that's just going to be our goal each year now is how many more people can we get walking, how much more money can we raise. So, yeah, there's many girls in the team have had a family member affected by breast cancer or ovarian cancer. So it's not just me, but obviously I sort of rally the girls and get them to join us on the walk for Mother's Day. And, yeah, it's a good way to spend a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And, Mother's Day, I think, is a huge role for everyone. I think probably surpasses Father's Day, to be honest. Did you do anything special for your mother? I know it's so hard being obviously based in Perth and you're originally from Queensland. Did you send anything home or what was your deal?
Yes, always send mum a bunch of flowers. They come the day after. They come on a Monday because they're out in old country Toowoomba. There's no deliveries on a Sunday, but that's okay. And my brother and I bought her some tickets to a comedy show that she's been wanting to see as well.
Cool.
But, yeah, I think also a nice little gift for her is the way that everybody, including like my extended family, gets around the Mother's Day Classic as well. Obviously, we don't get to spend Mother's Day. Well, the majority of us in Hockeyroos don't get to spend Mother's Day with our mothers. So it's a nice way for us to, do something for our mums from afar.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you tell us a bit more about the event itself? Like, where are you walking around? You mentioned it's about 5Ks. And is it just walking, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so there is a running event as well. When you sign up, you can choose what you want to do. There's a 10K running event, I believe, maybe a 5K running event. And then there's 2 walks as well. So you can go earlier or you can have a bit of a sleep in and, do breakfast in bed for mum and then come at 9 a.m.
I
and do
like
your
that.
walk.
I
But
like that.
yeah, that's what we opt to do, obviously, Sunday rest day. But it's so nice. It's around the Perth, like East Perth city kind of region. So you walk along the footbridge over to Optus Stadium and then back around. This year it changed a little bit. The starting point was at Charles Patterson Park, just near the casino. So, but yeah, it's obviously the weather was stunning this time around. It's been great every year, actually. Sun's been out, the river's sparkling. So, yeah, what's not to like?
Yeah, one year I took it seriously, did the run component because I know people they were putting bets on if I could win or not. I did not win, which was annoying. Yeah, I would have opted for the walk this time round.
Yes, definitely a walker over here. I'm not winning any running events, I don't think, unless it's maybe 100 meters. So,
yeah, very true.
I'll pass on the run.
Tell us now the hockey side of things. You've got some unsanctioned games coming up against India and the USA. Before we talk about those 2 nations, tell us what life has been like as a Hockeyroo over the last couple of months after the initial Pro League at the start of the season.
Yeah, so obviously Pro League probably wasn't our best performance in terms of outcomes. We didn't come away with many wins, but we've got a new coach, we've got a lot of fresh faces. We have a brand new way of play. So with all that in mind, we knew it was always going to be challenging to perform at our best at that point in time with such little preparation and so much change. So, as much as it's hard to accept that was going to be the case, we really did use that as an important building phase for refining our way of play. Obviously, gone into Chile, lots of improvement from Pro League into Chile. And then we obviously still had so many girls playing in Hobart as well during that time. So it was a lot going on, but it was really good for our entire group to have all of that time to practice what we've been trying to do in international matches. And then, that's really carried over since coming back into the Perth training environment. A lot of focus on where we need to be better, a lot of focus on learning as quick as we can so that everything that we put into practice is now just built upon rather than having to start again when we go and play in Pro League later this year. So, there's been a lot of improvement, both physically, we had a conditioning block, but then also we're really starting to see all of those processes shine more and more every day at training, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned on the podcast those Chile games will be invaluable in terms of you cannot replicate that type of pressure, and that type of hockey is so stressful to play in, and it's not enjoyable at all because one, there's an expectation that you win because of your ranking and who you're playing against, but 2, there's the expectation of not missing out on a World Cup. And so I was not jealous at all what you guys would have had to go through mentally, let alone physically over there. But yeah, I think Seth Kershaw in an interview said, look, we got it done. It wasn't pretty, but that's what you have to do at the end of the day in these things. So I'm sure you guys coming away from Chile had a lovely little break before getting back into it. We mentioned at the top of the show that you have India and USA coming up in end of May, early June. The purpose of these games, I assume, is to continue to expose people to international hockey. Is that right? Or what's kind of the vibe been in the group?
Yes, that's definitely part of it. Continue to get more opportunities for girls to experience that since we've really only had those handful of games at the start of this year. But then, it's also just a really good opportunity to play lots of games and at home as well, which is, not having to travel and worry about those other things is a nice little edge to take off that, when you're on tour, you do have those little added stresses, whereas being at home obviously makes it a bit easier to show up as your best self sometimes, I think. But it's, like I said, we've been working so hard in these last couple months training. I think it's now time. We're all kind of itching, like asking to play games. We haven't played a game in so long. So I think we're all excited to, actually go and play an actual game of hockey and put into practice everything we've been doing, and against a good quality opposition as well.
Yeah, because you've had some midweek games against under 18 boys, is it? Or it's a boys team?
Yes, under 18, the recently selected under 18 boys, but we've only had the one last week. We're going again tomorrow, so
get down there.
We're getting that little, little urge fix. So yeah, it's good to finally be playing together as a group as well. We do so many mini games against each other, but it's a whole different thing actually getting to play beside, everyone rather than just half the group.
Yeah,
it's going to be great prep, obviously, for your Pro League or the remainder of your Pro League. Germany, England, Belgium and the Dutch are the teams you're going to play over in the Pro League. I guess turning your attention to the World Cup, the pools were announced earlier. The Dutch, Japan and Chile are the three teams that come up in your pool. When you saw that for the first time, what were some of the reactions you had?
Me personally, I was excited to have the Dutch in our pool. I think what a great opportunity to start your World Cup campaign against, probably what everybody is aware is the best team in the world. So to have that experience from the get-go, when we're also probably just starting off, trying to figure out a few things, but have potentially fresh legs versus the back end of the tournament. Yeah, I think that's a great opportunity to start. View it how you will, but to me, that got me excited. And then obviously the goal is to end up on the podium. So we're going to face them again at some point in hopefully a semi-final, or hopefully final. But yeah, we're going to face them again. That's how it is. So why not have two cracks at them, I think. But otherwise, we played Japan before, we played Chile. So I think those teams, we should be able to know exactly how to beat them, and we do. We have confidence in ourselves that we can go at them and know what their weaknesses are, and that plays into our strengths. So, I'm really excited. I think the pool suits us, to be honest.
I think you decrease the risk of having that quarterfinal crossover of the Netherlands as well if you play them in your round games, but also less unpredictability in your pool in terms of never having played a team before. You kind of ticked all those boxes, which is really nice. In terms of World Cup selection and departure dates and all of that, what are the key dates in your diary currently?
Oh, that is too far away, Jane.
No, everyone's like you, Jane.
Weird.
I am a month-by-month girl. I think that the World Cup selection comes out around the 13th of July. I think that's the date that's in my head. But yeah, I think for me, I just want to have a really solid campaign these next few games. Set myself up well for going into Pro League, and then go from there. I think I fall into the trap before of getting too far ahead of myself, and that doesn't do me any favours in terms of the quality of hockey that I'm playing. So that's just where I'm focused at the moment. But obviously, overall, the World Cup is it's not far away. I think 100 days or something was what got posted on Instagram the other day.
I know. It's
come up quickly.
Elite athlete life is a minefield for your mind. And the best of us know it. And great advice from yourself for any young kid listening is stay in the moment. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. You can't play the game before you've played it. But thank you so much for coming on the podcast, talking about a cause really close to your heart, and obviously a little ode to Mother's Day on the weekend. And we hope everyone else listening spoilt their mothers like Tatum did with some flowers and a comedy show. But thank you so much for giving up your time, and good luck for the upcoming period. And we hope we can fill the stands for you here locally in Perth against India and USA across the end of May and June.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, guys. Pleasure talking.
If you have any questions for us, reach out to us directly. You're more than welcome to, Jane or I, on Instagram, or you can follow Hockey WA at Hockey_WA. You'll be able to send them all your thoughts and opinions as well. You're welcome to email as well. I'm sure any social media way, we're happy to hear it.